Hey everybody, I want to give my little 2 cents on the car audio industry and how I started and how I'm, evolved into the industry right now. When I first started, I was the typical getting your feet wet, going to a store like Circuit City and looking at the wall and picking out your speakers. And I remember off the rip, I wanted dedicated components, and back then nobody was running sound processors. The most that you would ever see is a dual 30-band EQs, and it was all about the passive crossovers. And one of the big names everybody was obsessed with back in the day was MB Court. Everybody's like, dude, you gotta get MB Court. And Boston Acoustics was huge, and of course Jail Audio. And I didn't go that route because I couldn't afford it. So I think my very first components was Infinity, the Kappa Perfects. I remember those drivers were pretty big, and the tweeters were a little harsh, but they were loud. Had pretty good mid bass. And my first subwoofers were Extant, and I had MTX amplifiers. I don't remember what I had for my front stage speakers, but anyways, what got me into doing my own installs was a shop damaging my vehicle. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the name out there. Cartoons in Atlanta. They, Jeff Smith, y'all know who he is. He used to be a pretty big competitor back in the day. His guys were doing an install in my car, and they had the heat gun, and they were applying the sound deafening material to the doors, and they set it down the seat, and it burned a hole right through the seat. I'm talking about a brand new pickup truck. I mean, smoked those seats, and the guy tried to cover it up. When I went to pick up the vehicle and pay for the install, he tried to pull a fast one and not say anything. But anyways, that's what got me into doing my own installs was that right there. I mean, I became obsessed with it. I actually went to Acoustic Edge in Houston, Texas to learn car audio, fabrication, and also multimedia. And the funny thing is I never even got a job in the industry, but I know how to do installs. But over time, after doing installs for myself and friends, I never got paid to do it. It was more of a hobby. I got more and more expensive taste in equipment. It went from becoming friends with Scott Bawalda. He was endorsed by DLS, and he really pushed DLS. He was like, dude, their amplifiers are awesome. They sound just as good as Brax or True Audio. Let me throw some more names out there. I can't remember, but anyways, he really pushed them, and he got me on board, and they sounded awesome. I remember those amps would get so hot, and they weren't very efficient, so you had to make sure your electrical was on point. But the amplifiers sounded beautiful. To this day, I still think they're some of the best amplifiers I've ever owned. But I've noticed over time that I have really went after like high-end equipment, like really high-end stuff, and I've never truly been happy with the sound. Like it doesn't matter who is doing the install, if I'm doing the install, or I got a sound quality competitor that's doing the tuning for me. Something is missing. I feel like there's just always something. I'm always chasing something. And I've had some of the best speakers from Steg, Morel. I've even went the compression horn side of the industry, went through Eric Stevens, got some of his ultimate compression drivers after he had left and sold Image Dynamics. I have right now the Morel, not the Piccolo tweeters, but the Alto tweeters. I have the Alto, the the Steg SS3, MSS3 mids. I have went with some of the really high-end ScanSpeak drivers, the 8WU, those big 7-inch woofers that are like deep, like they're very hard to install on the door. It's just a really deep driver. I'm not gonna lie, they sound awesome, but they're just not really suitable for a car audio environment. They get wet, they're screwed. But I've just noticed that over the time that I've tried to go the higher end, and higher end, and higher end, and I'm just never happy. And I'm finally realizing I'm a damn bass head. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, like right now in my closet, I have a Zabco AP6 channel that's been modified by Ray at Linear Audio. I mean, it's got modified caps, and he's done all kinds of work to it. He also done work to my Helix DSP. He's upgraded the caps and resistors, and I'm not, an electrical engineer, and I like to hear that fine detail in music. I like to, hear, the qualities of like the super high definition music, but in reality, it just didn't really get me to nirvana with audio. It just didn't. It's weird. I'm always criticizing people that spend so much money on amplifiers. They think that they're just going to get such a stellar, impressive sound just by their amp. They think, if they go spend a shit ton of money on, if they go, like the really high-end route with Moscone, or the super high-end with Brax or Bryston, Macintosh, they think if they spend that retarded money that they just going to get like this stellar outcome. And I'm here to tell them, you're just not. It's all about the install. But I'm starting to realize that I am a damn bass head. I mean, I've had Scott Bawalda, I've had Michael Myers at Sound Factory. I've had guys like really high quality guys that really know their shit tuning my cars. Very good install on my end, and something was always missing, like something. I'll give you an example. Now, this sounds so stupid. Look at these headphones right here. These are some cheap, they are the ear candy Evo crushers. Look how it's got this bass knob. You can adjust this bass knob right here, like you can crank it, right? These headphones sound like, I'm not kidding you, like an SPL sub car. I mean, they put out some bass. And I'm a headbanger. I listen to death and black metal. I'm all about that loud double kick drum. These headphones, this is crazy to me. $100 headphone, $100. These right here on Amazon will boom your ass. They're very percussive, and they attack, and they bring this bass that you're just not used to hearing. You're just not used to hearing it. I mean, I've got the highest end Sony noise canceling headphones. These like $450, the WH whatever 1006. It's like supposed to be the best noise canceling headphones. I've had Sennheiser. I've had these right here, the Barometric DT770 with amplification. These sound awesome, but what's crazy, these $100 booming bass headphones sound phenomenal to me. It's weird. I never thought that I would like this. And I'm starting to realize, even in the car audio world, is every car audio vehicle that I've ever gotten to, like a sound quality car from Jeff Smith to Michael Myers, all those guys, I listen to the car and I'm thinking, I'm listening to science here. I'm looking at the graph. I'm looking at the computer. They're showing me the computer is showing this flat line. Okay, well, that flat line sounds great. I'm looking at it. If I'm here to take a test, hey, you won. You passed the test. You got a 99 out of this. But to my ears, I'm like, it don't sound good. And I've tried to chase sounds. I've tried to go after the SQL sound, like the fun sound. Just never been really happy. And I'm starting to believe that sound quality just ain't me. I guess it's just not. I mean, if you listen to nothing but like sound quality, FLAC files, like absolute lossless files, and you're just chasing that, you want to hear the individual instruments and the sound stage, and you got your laptop and you're looking at your scope meters and everything is just right. You're not even listening to music anymore. Now it's just turned into science. You're not really enjoying yourself. You're just chasing numbers. And that was me for a long time. I'm 49. I've had some really good sound systems in my cars. I mean, I've had some really good ones. And I think I'm a freaking basshead. It blows my mind that I think that finally, years of, going from, I've owned Genesis amplification, Genesis. I've owned DLS, Zapco. Everybody's like, oh man, the Zapco AP series, man, it's phenomenal. I'm like, okay, we get that. We also get it modified. Okay, where's the sound coming from? People, like right now, y'all thinking, oh, you just ain't got the right tuning, or you didn't put enough time into it. Dude, I've had elite world champions tune my cars. You can say, well, you just didn't install it right. No, we did. We've used Resonix, even though I cannot stand Nick. I don't like him at all, but unfortunately, he makes the best, sound deadening material on the planet right now, even though I can't stand the bastard. But unfortunately, I just don't think sound quality is for me. And another argument that I can make, and I even hate to say this because I sound argumentative or just trying to make excuses, there's only so much you can do in the car audio environment, okay? A lot of you are chasing numbers and you're wanting, you also want your system to sound, not just sound good, but you want it to look pretty, and you want the LED lights and everything look all good and perfect. And, that's why a lot of people will go the Moscone route, because it's got a smaller footprint, they look good. I think it's ridiculous that people would spend that kind of money in a car audio environment, okay? I really like what Arc Audio is doing right now. They're really pushing the Class D, and I like the fact that people don't have to upgrade the hell out of their electrical systems just to run these Class AB amplifiers. I don't know. I've always said that it's ridiculous to spend $4,000 or $5,000 on amplifiers, especially when they're in a car audio environment. I just don't get it unless you are a competitor. And even those guys are not spending insane amounts of money on, a lot of them are getting endorsed by companies like True. They are. They're getting a little kickback. They're getting kickbacks with Moscone, and I just don't get it. I don't think you need it to get the ultimate sound. I really think it comes down to install, tuning, and how you really want your system to sound. To tell you the truth, if you get a sound quality competitor to tune your car, he's going to tune it with science. He's not going to add the flavor. He's not going to put the hot sauce on there. He's not going to make it sound fun. He's going to make it flat. And that's the way sound quality cars are. And to me, flat sounds flat. But that's just me. For me, I listen to mostly death and black metal. Now, I do respect, Pink Floyd and Dire Straits, and I have multiple USB drives with like some of the best soundtracks that you can possibly listen to. And I firmly believe in screw head units. Play your music straight through a damn, through your DSP. But unfortunately, I'm gravitating to this bass head, loud bass, kick drum. I wish I could figure out a way for all of this to, incorporate in sound quality guys can respect it. I just, years of experience of trying so many different speakers and tweeters and compression drivers, expensive subwoofers. I've tried it all. And sound quality has never just scratched that itch for me. It just hasn't. And neither has SPL. So I'm like right in the middle. I guess I had to figure out my own sound. And it's definitely not sound quality. And it's definitely not SPL. I guess you can say I'm right in the middle. You can't put me in a specific category. So maybe they need to come out with a competition of, I don't know, freelance, freestyle, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, that's been my experience in car audio. It's been a long journey. I've got a garage full of equipment that is collecting dust. I have a 2019 Genesis G80 with that Mustang engine in it, and it's a badass car. And I think it would be a phenomenal car to put a system in it. I'm just debating on what to do. I got those Alto tweeters. I think they're a little too laid back and need some different drivers. And I need, like 115 that I can run ported that can sound loud as hell and be percussive with double kick drum. Anyways, it's always a journey and experiment. But I know one thing for sure now. We are definitely not sound quality. And I don't think I would ever appreciate or want to be a SQ competitor. I respect it. I've had the equipment. I've had the SQ guys tune my systems, but it's just not for me. But I respect coming on this forum and listening to guys talk and stuff. But y'all have a good one, and I need to get up out of here, and I gotta go to work in the morning.